Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'd like to say Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Rock a thumb to all the brothers, and Yahweh Shamar ala thumb by Shem Yahweh Shabbat all the sisters. I'm Preaching Officer Uraga Bar of 500, and this is the Isupk Norcal Thursday night scripture breakdown class, man. But the topic today is going to be about Black history, man. And it's very vital for us to understand. Salakia. Let me just share this real quick. Give our brothers and sisters some time to get into this class. Check the status. All right. We're looking good on there. Okay. Salakia, Israel. Today's topic is the true celebration of Black history, man. The true celebration of Black history. Biblical history is the true history of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native man. Salakia. Choking out. No, he's choking out. So, the biblical history is the true history of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native man. Here in the Isupk, we do not celebrate or recognize Black history. All right? We do not celebrate or recognize Black History Month in the Isupk. Tonight, we will cover the true history of the so-called Black man, who he is, the tribe of Judah, according to the Bible. American Black history begins at the beginning of slavery, man. That's America's Black history. Because the only history we have in America is being slaves. You can't have the full history of Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives or Black people unless you get in this Bible and understand these breakdowns, right? So with that, we're going to go to Psalms chapter 83, verse 3 through 5. It's important for us to know that in order to understand our history, we must also understand the people we fought against, man. The people who we warred with from the beginning of time. And Psalms 83 gives you an in-depth sight on who those people are. If they're not Black, Hispanic, and Native, they are not considered a part of the 12 tribes. And at one point in time, I know Creflo Dollar might not agree, or T.D. Jakes, or even Charleston White. But if they were not Black, Hispanic, and Natives, at one point in time, they were your enemy, man. All right?
Right.
Whenever you're ready, sir, you can get that from me, sir.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
No, sir. Crafty counsel means the other nations who are not the 12 tribes of Israel have come together to plot against us, man. That's what crafty counsel is when you plot against somebody, all right? All right, sir, continue.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yeah, they consulted against thy hidden ones. They came together and they were trying to figure out how they can topple such a great and strong people who was connected to the one true living God, Yahweh. They came against us. They said, look, man, they got this God on their side. We got to figure out a way to take these people out, man. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
They didn't want us to be that nation who we were, that nation who was separate from them, that nation who didn't need the oppressor for anything, that nation who didn't want to dress with the oppressor, dress like the oppressor dressed, or mate with the oppressor's sister, daughter. We didn't want to come together with them, man, because we knew our God forbidded that. All right, and they knew that, so they came together. They said, "Come." You know what they say, sir?
Come, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance.
that the name of Israel won't be no more in remembrance, man. And that's not, and I'm not talking about that nation over there right now full of oppressors. You know, that's not there. They have taken the land, they have taken our culture, they even taken our identity, and they claimed it for themselves. That's how you begin to find out that you have a Jewish man. You know, the Jewish man is just a runoff from the real Jew. You have to ask yourself, who is the real Jew? Because if they felt entitled and they really felt in their heart that they were a Jew, why wouldn't they just call themselves Jew? You know?
Right.
But here in the ISUPK, we know under Commander General Yohana that the real Jew is the black man.
That's right.
All right? The tribe of Judah. That's where Jew comes from. Go ahead, sir.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
Mm-hmm.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee. They came together and they consulted on one topic, and that was you, black man. That's where black history come from. That's the beginning of American black history. Them oppressors came together and they they what?
Like it. For they have consulted together with one consent.
They came together and they consulted together with one consent. Before it was the North versus the South, they all agreed upon one thing. And you know what that was?
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against us, man. They came together on one consent. And you know who that consent was? To destroy the black man. To destroy the natives. To destroy everyone who was not of their race. All right? And they were confederate against thee, meaning they formed an alliance against us, man. Because they knew, hey, look, listen, these nations know who we are. We just didn't know who we were.
Right.
So they came together to form an alliance against us, against the children of Israel and the Most High. They didn't just attack us. They're attacking our God. Why do I say that? Because you can look around. You got, homosexuality that they pushing on the black community. Now, the Jewish man he pushes murder. He encouraged black brothers and black sisters to murder one another. He encouraged black sisters and black women to be whores out here, to degrade their body, man, to give out their box, to make money off of their box, man. That all come from the Jewish man who claim he's holy, who claim he has the right to claim our heritage. In reality, he has no rights, man. He's like a blind dog, man. You know what I mean? He took something. He can't, just like a dog, man. If a dog uses his nose to scent things out, once that dog smells something, he going straight to it, and he ain't gonna care whose it is. It could be another dog. If he can get it, he gonna take it. And that's what the oppressor did. He took what's ours, man, and tried to do it for himself. That's why they walk around with them black hats on, man. Ain't nobody in the Bible ever had on a yarmulke, man. You won't even find that you won't even find it in the book, man. You know what I mean? They know who they are, and here in ISUPK, we know who they are.
Right.
All right. In 2023, it's important for us to know that in 2023, it's important for us to know, black man, Hispanic man, and Native man, that we are all we got, man. Here in the ISUPK, we know that. That's why we recognize all the laws in the book. That's why we show excellent brotherhood in the school. You know what I mean? You won't never find no more passionate and what word can I use, man? Awesome, you know what I mean? Brotherhood than what you see here in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? And that's why, we know that we all we got. And it's going to come to a time where people outside of the ISUPK are going to want to have somewhere to go, want to look for refuge, and they're not going to find it. You know what I mean? They're not going to find it. Yeah, Salakia. And this is not just, it's for all 12 tribes. We're meant to be separate from the oppressor. We're not meant to take on their ways. We're not meant to even eat what they give us. You know what I mean? And the crazy part about it is, like, just look at the grocery stores. Man, you can't find a watermelon with seeds. You can't find a lemon with seeds. Everything in the black community is genetically modified.
Right.
Where if you go ahead and drive down, drive to Piedmont. Go to a grocery store in Piedmont. Oh man, you're gonna find all types of seeds.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna find healthy food. You won't find a Church's Chicken in Piedmont. You got to go down to North Oakland. Right. You got to go to West Oakland and East Oakland to find a Church's Chicken, right? Or a crispy chicken. You know what I mean? They're not giving that jump to their people. They just want to destroy you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native man. And with that, we're going to drop that. Sir, if I may, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. The oppressor, that's why we call the oppressor the devil. And we call him the devil not because he got horns and he turned red, because he don't have the horns, but he do turn red. But we call him the devil because he's the deceiver. You know what I mean? He deceives a people, a righteous people. He takes the true dignity that you have and he gives you disgrace. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2, sir. So, like, if anybody's out there watching the class, make sure you get your name in for attendance. I appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it in.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth. I just said when we started the class, who was Judah? Judah is the black man. And this is Black history, right? So it says Judah mourneth. What do mourneth mean? That just means that they're feeling deep sorrow. You know, if you mourn someone's death, you just feel bad. You know what I mean? You just reminisce on good and bad times, but it all gives you the same feeling of sadness. So Judah mourning. Go ahead, sir.
And the gates thereof languish.
Meaning their protection has gone away. They don't have any protection. The protection that they did have was weak and feeble. So therefore, just like if we look at today, our women don't have any protection. The black man don't have any protection. How about that? Because it starts with the black man first. The oppressor can put his knee on your neck for 9 minutes on national TV, all on the internet, and you don't have protection from that. You think they stopped killing black people when they killed the last brother? In Memphis, the police just had black cops do it. You know what I mean? Like, when the last time an oppressor killed, after you killed Oscar Grant, you would have thought they would have said, man, damn, he was handcuffed, shot him in his back, laying flat, face first, and we gotta stop this. But they wicked, they don't care. You know what I mean? Right. So our protection is not there. I remember, back in the day, well, I don't remember, but back in the day we had Black Wall Streets. That was our home of refuge, where we can go and be like, walk down a Black Wall Street and be like, man, here's a black-owned store, black-owned Blake, black-owned hospital, black-owned police station. And that was our protection. But what did they do? They came through in airplanes, regular citizens, in airplanes dropping bombs on them, bombing it out. They just destroyed it from one side of the country to the other side of the country. Why? Because our gates are languished, man. Martin Luther King, he wasn't protecting our sisters and brothers when he had them sitting at them tables, food getting spat in, getting beat, dogs sicked on you, having your flesh ripped off your body by water holes. He wasn't protecting us. You know what I mean? The real place you can find protection and a safe place, a safe haven, is here in the Isupk and the Commander Junior Hana, man. Right. Get into the school. If you're a brother, do a minimum of 90 days. This is not an easy walk. If you're a sister, get in here, learn how to be humble. You know what I mean? Learn how you should cherish yourself. What the crazy part is, women in the world don't cherish themselves as much as the women in Isupk do. You might have some. I'll say some may, really cherish themselves, but a lot of them don't. They have role models like Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion and the City Girls, and they don't know the real value that they possess, because the men that they choose to go after don't have any value,
It's like what you bring out is so heavy. You're talking about the women of the world, right? When they attempt to call themselves having some honor, it always only includes not having sex.
Right.
But they have no idea, aside from not having sex, that at some point they're going to have to find a man that's worthy of them submitting to. You know what I mean? Because you can say the box all day long,
Right.
but unless you find a man that's worthy of giving it to and submitting to, which submitting doesn't just mean sex, it also means accepting guidance, nurturing, and everything that goes with being subjective under a man.
Right.
In ISUPK, we understand that, it's not us that makes a woman subjective. It's the woman who finds a man worthy of subjection.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. That's heavy. That's heavy what that priest said, man. And the thing about it is women don't know that.
Right.
And women in the world, they think it's the other way around.
Right.
They think they're going to find a man who's going to make them that way by giving them all that they want, giving them all they need, and telling them lies.
Right.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, that's they believe in fairy tales.
Right.
They believe in that knight in shining armor coming, it's gonna pay all their bills while they get to keep all their money. You know what I'm saying? And it's just nonsense. They believe in the actual Disneyland fairy tale. You know what I mean?
Right. And then they wake up and you wake up to a nightmare.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's very very, very important for us to know that we don't have protection. Men don't have protection and women don't have protection. We are a weak people, man. We don't have no military. You know what I mean? We have nothing of our own, right? Let's continue, sir.
Like they are black unto the ground.
To be black in this context means a low unto the ground state, meaning we weak, we low. Like when you see the ground, you see that it gets no lower than the ground. The gravel is the lowest you can get. And black people here in America, in Black History Month, we're low. We're a laughing stock of Black History Month. That's why we don't acknowledge Black History Month in ISUPK. Hell, Salaki,
and to piggyback off what you said, we're such a laughing stock that a little white kid, like, who was it, last week or something, came to school with a bag of cotton balls, you know what I'm saying, and pass it out to the black kids at his school, man. For some kind of joke or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how much of a laughing stock, you know what I'm saying, this so-called Black History Month is, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just to piggyback off what you said.
Yeah, no, that's heavy. And the funny thing was, where is our protection? White. You have so many Caucasians who's like, man, I love black. I have black friends. I love them. Well, where's the protection at? How much do you love us, really? And I say us because I'm included in it. I just separate from it, because that's what I'm taught to do. That's what we're supposed to do according to the scripture. But you ain't gonna find too many men. You're not gonna find any that love you enough to jeopardize what they have going on for you. But you will find that here in the ISUPK under Commander General Hana, where brothers in here, we willing to die for our people, man.
Right,
Go ahead, sir.
And just to add on to that, you know what I'm saying, celebrating Black History Month even makes us more vulnerable.
Right.
Because now they're making it Pride Month, where they're pushing homosexuality during a month that's supposed to be for black people. I remember we was teaching at the library, and they had a big old pride section at the library, and they had a little book of something called like the boy princess or whatever. Or a little black kid, a little black boy was trying to be, you know what I'm saying, a homosexual or whatever. You know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that they do. This is the type of stuff that we have when we, you know what I'm saying, when we follow after the oppressors, you know what I'm saying? And we don't separate.
Hey, it's
we get further destroyed.
So you mean to tell me they made a book about Dwayne Wade's son before he but look, that's how they predict it though. That's what you call predicting the future. Controlling it, right? Like it's not in the past. They're writing this up and presenting it to our people. who are lost. Now, if we follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, we wouldn't have to worry about what they write, what they say, how they do it, because we wouldn't follow it anyway.
Right.
But because we have this we shall overcome spirit that already overcame us as black people and destroyed us, we don't know which way to go. To find this truth, man, it's like a finding a needle in a haystack, man. To find this truth, I'm not saying become an Israelite. It's a lot of fake ones out there who kill sisters and sleep with transsexuals. But to find this truth here is rare, man. All right.
Right.
You got something on that, sir?
No, I was just going to say what the officer said just a few minutes ago. We talked about the books in the library, so on and so forth, right? What it is that they're controlling the narrative of the so-called Black American.
Right.
They're controlling what we think, what we feel, so on and so forth, right? So we wake up looking to our oppressor how to conduct ourselves in society.
Right.
And fortunately, we have the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge and the Commander General Johanna to free us from that matrix.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's prevalent, TV, radio, movies, so on and so forth, of how we conduct ourselves. And like I said, it's not so much that it's prophecy per se, it's control.
Right.
Just like you're bringing up, our gates language, right? There's no black leaders today standing up against this type of behavior.
No. And when they did try to stand up, what happened to them? If we ever had any real black leaders, when they tried to stand up to what is happening to black people or what was happening at the time, what happened to them? Go ahead, Ms. Shock.
They stood up for so long that their knees started to hurt.
Yeah, that's close to it. But they didn't stand too long. They fell. Right.
The white man gets to them.
Yeah.
Because they were the wrong stuff, man. Yeah. The white man gets to them, they either get bought out, or or they either get taken out.
Or you can be like RG Mike, and they can just send a couple of white women your way.
Right.
And you're gonna want to eat that white pie. Go ahead, Masai.
What really happened is he fell on his knees, and then when he turns around, he sees the old pastor and his babies come in, and he says, "Have mercy to God," but then they just say, "When you talking to them?"
That's right. Yeah, they asked him who was he talking to, because he wasn't praying to this God of the Bible.
Right.
He was praying to their God, and they gave him all that. That's why they didn't have a problem with taking him out. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. When you're a black man, the only way you can truly lead your people, if you want to be a leader when you're growing up, the only way you can do that is in the Isupk under Commander General Johanna, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's how you be a leader. That's how you show the world who you are. The world ain't got no. We don't even. The world. When I say the world, I'm talking about our people. I can care less about what the oppressor do. As far as I listen, I don't want to sound too horrible, but listen, you can abort your babies, Caucasians. I mean, oppressors, Moabites, abort them, please. I'm tired of seeing dogs. There's more dogs missing than it is black people. The dogs is being shipped to the Chinese place. You know what I mean? And used for dry fire ribs. Like, man, listen, if that's what you want to breed in the near future, kill it. It don't make sense to breed it. You're killing us. You're killing everybody. You're killing yourself. You're killing everybody else. You're drinking bat blood. It's not even adding up, right? So for me, Planned Parenthood is for the oppressor, man. It's not for blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
Listen, I don't want to take it too far.
No, go ahead.
What you're saying is real heavy, right? Because you have more posters for missing animals.
Yeah.
Posters for missing people.
Facts, sir. Facts. That's why I said that. I'm telling you, like, and they'll be crying. They'll listen. How much money do they put for a black woman that's missing in Chicago? Now, let's keep it real. There's more black women missing in the whole United States than any other race of women.
Right.
You'll find that I'll walk. You can walk down the street and you won't see not one poster of all these women that's missing. But you'll see old Fifi, who's going to inherit the whole amount of money when his master died. He's going. The dog gonna be richer than any nigga. It's like any black person in America. He's going to inherit that. Go ahead, sir.
It's just the reward for getting that animal back is damn near an inheritance.
What? Man, 10 grand, 20 grand for a dog?
Right, or a cat.
Yeah. And a cat is good night. A cat. You ain't listen. They might cut me off tonight. A cat.
Wow.
Shit. Go ahead, sir. What's going on?
Why the women was at all the way at that is because if they listen to God, but they saw this thing on their phones or something like when it said where they could get money and all that, but then it was just the oppressor joking with them, and then they ate all the book.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You gotta stay off the phone, baby.
Man, we have some more than abortions that you was talking about earlier, baby.
Yeah.
Dogs and cats to stop this.
I'm telling you, sir. I'm telling you. Like if they listen, that's what black women need to understand. Like the abortion clinic is not for you to better your life, because this is a fact. When they abort their babies, their lives are not any better. Their lives are not any better. The promise that they get on aborting their babies is not accurate. It's not helping them. You know what it does to our black women? It puts them in a state of depression. They feel bad because they know what they've done don't add up. And if you're not finding the right brother to do it with, then sister, please don't do it. You know what I mean? It's well worth it for you to save your dignity and then do something you're going to regret. Because, man, listen, since I've been in the truth, man, look, I'm not, listen, you're not cutting anything. You're not killing anything. We're going to have it. Lord will it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, hold your peace, I'm sorry. That's just how I feel, you know what I mean? But we're going to drop that. We're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 21, sir. Jeremiah chapter 8, yep. And this is what a true leader is. What's up, Tom? No, I'm using it, but go get you some water. You got coloring books and you got a puzzle. Just do that for me, all right? Go use the bathroom and drink you some water. Now, Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 21 is going to describe to you what a true leader is. And if you look in the world, you're not going to find this, but only in the ISUPK. All right? You ready, sir? Okay.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 21. For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt.
Look, so he's saying, look, my people hurt? I'm hurt. I'm hurt, man. If any of my brothers in this truth is hurt, man, I'm hurt, man. Man, listen, my shirt's going to be ripped. You know what I mean? Because, man, I love my brothers, man. I love my sisters. Any sister in this truth hurt, I'm hurt, man. You go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and on top of that, man, just seeing, you know, brothers getting killed and beat to death on the street, you know, that hurts us in here, man.
Exactly.
That's what we out there on the streets for every week, man. We seeing our brothers getting beat down. You know what I'm saying? Hearing about our sisters getting kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? Our people starving to death. You know what I'm saying? Our Native American brothers out there, you know, living in shacks in the snow with no window.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you know, that's hurtful to us. You know, hurts us deep, man. So, you know, but you know, in this truth, man, we getting out there feeding our brothers, man, telling our brothers and sisters, man, you know what I'm saying, get away from the guns and drugs and step away from your oppressors, because you know what I'm saying, what they that's just gonna hurt us even further.
Right. No, that's heavy what you're saying, sir. And that's this scripture, just that little part right there is a perfect example of a leader, man. That's a perfect example of a leader, because you know what? Leaders today, they like to point the fingers now. Look at your politicians. They'll point the finger at to what it is. They don't never stand up for their people. You feel me? They'll point the finger instead of changing the situation. All these politicians, you got Reverend Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and Kamala Harris, and she claimed to be black. She ain't black, but we know who she is in ISUK. But I mean, you got all these people who claim to be for a people who they're not really for. If regular citizens notice, especially blacks, that when your politicians come to your neighborhood or come to your colleges, it's only during election time. They don't even follow up with you. They care less about you. They want to go ahead and get elected so they can do the Dr. King thing and be a part of something that's seem to be greater than themselves. You know what I mean? They want to be amongst a Caucasian organization. Feel like it. It's like feeling like the top cop, but instead you be the top nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like,
It's like, if I may,
Go ahead,
bring
sir.
it out as evidence because it kind of ties into what the general was talking about earlier today. You know, our politicians, they hate black people.
oh yeah.
You know, they want to blame black people for all the conditions that they're in. When you look at the root of everything that's happening in the black community, it's our oppressor that's the cause of everything that ails our community.
That's right, man. That's right, and that's heavy. And then they always had that Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom, not gonna say Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was better than what we got now. You know, people don't really know the story between Uncle Tom and what's his name, Sambo.
Right.
See, Sambo was the person who you didn't want to be. Sambo was Uncle Tom was just trying to look out for his people. Like, hey man, look, we shouldn't do this. I know Master looking. I don't want nothing to happen to y'all. Sambo, or he go back to Master. Uncle Tom warned him. Yeah, I saw what he was doing. He was doing it wrong. You need to punish him. That's Sambo. Sambo got Uncle Tom killed because Uncle Tom was trying to help his people. You know what I mean? Sambo, you know, and we got a lot of Sambos, man. You know what I mean? We got a lot of Sambos. Let's continue, sir.
God, I am black. Astonishment hath taken hold of me.
He said, I am black. You know, I am black. So he told you who he was. This is why we say in ISUK, this book is for black, Hispanics, and natives. We have the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. You know what I mean? In this moment right here, he said, I am black. And he said, what?
Astonishment hath taken hold on me.
Astonishment. What is astonishment? That's a great surprise. I am surprised. Go ahead, sir.
Khan, Salakia. Verse 22. Is there no blame in Gilead?
Now, blame at this time was an ointment.
Salakia. Is there no balm in Gilead?
Balm at this time was an ointment. Just like Neosporin does you. You rub it on you and it just feel like it heals you. Well, back then, that's the same thing that would heal you, right? It was used to heal or to soothe the skin, right? So read that from that part again, sir. He said what?
God, verse 22. Is there no balm in Gilead?
Look, he said, is there nothing that can heal us in Gilead? And is it nothing that can heal us in America? You know what I mean? Is it? Yeah, the ISUPK under Commander General Yana.
That's right.
Go ahead, sir.
God, is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered?
Look, he said, not only, he said, is there a physician there? What does physicians do? They heal. They help. You know what I mean? And then he went on to say, what, sir?
Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered?
Hey, why then is not the help? Because we don't have that, man. We're lacking that. Like we covered this before, man. In Jeremiah 14:2, the gates are, man, languish, man. We don't have that protection, right? And why don't we have that protection? You can thank Dr. Martin Luther King for that, for his dream. That then later on he came out in his own, under his own orgy mic tone and said that he felt like he led his people into a burning house, right? He came out and said that because we don't have that protection, man. Why are the women in America, the black women and Hispanic women and Native women in America suffering so bad? Because they don't have that protection. But if you talk to a sister in the ISUPK, she's well protected, and she'll tell you that.
Right.
She doesn't want for anything. And this is why if you a sister that got a brother in this truth, look, sis, devote yourself to this truth, man. Devote yourself to your husband.
That's right.
That's the best thing you can do. That's the best thing you can do. You know? Hey, I'm gonna get up off it, but that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah,
All right.
So like if I
Cuz,
may,
right,
you
go
know,
ahead.
what you're bringing out is so heavy, you know, just not that last point, although it was heavy,
Right.
backing up to what Martin Luther King said, you know, at the end, he felt like he integrated his people into a burning house, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that is almost like a sign, you know, because black people want to give Martin Luther King, quote unquote, credit
Right.
for him. They say that's the beginning of him waking up,
Right.
right? But it's not so much the beginning of him waking up. It's the beginning of him understanding that orgy that he had was unsatisfying.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah. He didn't find no pleasure in it.
right.
Yeah, the pleasure was, it's like, that's not, remember, everybody plays a fool.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the famous quote of, you know, I'm not a nigger tonight.
Right,
No, man, you still at the end of the day, you still a nigger.
right.
It's like,
That's facts. That's heavy. That's heavy right there. You got something, Shock? What's going on, son?
He doesn't want to be the N-word at night, but people just call him that, just like the oppressor. So like the oppressor could know that this is God's will. He created all the black and Hispanics, and really that the oppressor can't do nothing about it because when your law is gonna be up to me. Like if
Yeah,
if I wasn't listening to you right now, that's what I have to. We'll have to be like King Ball, like Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Because, but good thing that's not even done.
Well, can I ask you a question? What is the oppressor?
The oppressor is the devil.
Yeah, right.
The white man that the black and Hispanics don't like.
That's right, man. You got that part down, son. As long as you know that, we all right? So we're going to drop that. We're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And we're going to figure out why our people is in this state, man. Right? There's a lot of things we can figure out in this book that you won't even be able to figure out in regular life. Because you got people like Sleepy Joe. You got Donald Trump and all these people want to lie to black people and tell them if you vote for them, they'll set you free. I think that was a Temptations who came with something like that on when they said, vote for me, I'll set you free. Man, you ain't gonna never be set free. They've lived deliciously, like my boy Karayala say, deliciously off of the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
Right.
So we got Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, like the 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So the Lord said, you shall discontinue from your heritage, right? So what is your heritage? That's something that's passed down to you, right? So being a Jew was passed down to someone. Here in Isupk, we know who it was passed down to. It was passed down to the black man, the so-called slave, right? And the Lord said what?
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
That I gave thee. In that text, that means the Most High is speaking. He said he gave you something. But now you're going to discontinue in that heritage because you want to be Dr. King. You want to kumbaya together and hold hands and dance and go watch a movie with the same people who are oppressing you, the same people who take your heritage, the same people who tell you that you need to shut up and dribble, the same people who tell you that they're going to do something for you and lie to your face, man. The same people who convince a black woman because she has 2 other kids that it's time for her to have an abortion.
Right.
You know what I mean? The same people who convince the black man that he should sell drugs to his own community. And if you get caught with some drugs that the white man want to purchase, they'll give you more time. You know, I remember in Oakland, you get caught with some crack rocks, you'll be out in a couple of hours. You get caught with some smooth, chopped up stuff, you're gonna be in there for a minute. Yeah, because it's one drug is for the oppressor and one drug is for the black people, man. You know what I mean? That's what I learned at an early age. I'm like, dang, you know what I mean? That's crazy. I can sell to this community and I get away flourishing with this community. But if I go over here trying to make that dollar over here, oh yeah, man, it's not happening. We gonna get taken down. So like any more on that, sir?
Come. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
So look, the Lord said, look, we will lose our heritage. He would he said we will lose our heritage.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And he will cause us to serve our enemies in the land we know it's not. What's the land we don't know? America. We was brought here away as ships. We don't know this land. You know what I mean? And he said he will cause us to serve our enemies here. Now, name one Jewish man that had to do that same suffering, that went through that same tragedy, that went through them hard times like that. I mean, look, you can't. You can't. The Holocaust has nothing on slavery, man. In fact, I wish slavery was just as long as the Holocaust. You know, slavery, man, was horrible. They was making oils out of black people, putting you on boots and pants. They was wearing us like fringes. You know what I mean? They to this day they treat animals better than they treat black people in America.
Right.
You will see a commercial about save the animals. How many times have you seen a commercial about save the black people in America?
Right.
You don't see that. I still see Holocaust commercials. Damn, I thought they already got paid for that.
Right.
I thought that would be a thing in the past. But no, man, no. They remember what happens to them. But for you, you just a memory. You just a moment in a day, man. So with that, let's drop that, sir. Let's go to Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. Now let's begin to go into the children of Israel, the black identity. See, this is heavy right here. One second. This is heavy because it's black all through this Bible. Like I said before, this is black history, right? We didn't already heard them say they black. This is the Old Testament. This is all the old. This is the beginning of it. So if they saying they black, man, look, Jewish man, look, you might as well quit it, man. What you can do though, if you're not black, you can send some money to the ISUPK. You can remain anonymous. Send your money to the school. Just admit that this is the truth over here. You know what I mean? You can support this truth. If you are black, you should. If you paying tithes at a Christian church, stop that. They're stealing your money. Pay it into the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, where we can have food drives, and clothes drives and cover giveaways, man. But we can go save our people when they need us in areas that even the oppressor won't go. The ISUPK coming there full force, army ready, man. And we ready for whatever, man.
Yeah, right.
Got that, sir?
Song of Solomon?
Song of Solomon, sir, verse 1 through 5. Chapter 1, verse 5, sir.
Come. The book of Solomon, chapter 1, like it. The book of Song of Solomon.
Right.
Chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but comely.
Oh, he said, I am black, but comely. So then we got another prophet saying that he's black, but comely in this text means beautiful. Man, he's black, but comely. Ooh, wee. Go ahead, sir.
Come. O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem. He's talking to Israel, man. He's putting his bid in. He's telling you, I'm black, I'm beautiful. You know, that's where James Brown got Say It Loud from.
Right.
He did some type of reading besides all the drugs he was doing. He got that from there. Go ahead, sir.
As the tents of Kedar.
As the tents of Kedar.
As the curtains of Solomon.
As the curtains of Solomon. Why he used that in the scripture is because those curtains are dark, black. Why? Why were they? Because they wanted to keep the sun out. They want to stay in the shade. So he's saying, look, and those tents those right there, the tents of Kedar, and listen, if you get behind some tents from Kedar, look, you ain't gonna know if it's night or day. You know what I mean? He
Right.
said, look, it could be the sun outside, but I'm this black. You know what I mean? And that's heavy, man. And this is why we say in ISUPK, the biblical history that we read about is our black history, because just that right there gave me a feeling of superiority. Gave me a feeling of I'm better than what they say I am. You know what I mean? I'm better than this, man. I'm better than them, man. We better than them. And we got to understand that. Let's go to Lamentations chapter 5, verse 10, sir. Once we start to love each other and start to commit ourselves to each other, black, Hispanics, and natives, man, listen, man. It's the ceiling are open. The ceiling are open, man. What's up, son? Go ahead.
Like in that chapter, you said the ICPK drugs is to be a DPK. If we were in DPK right now, like we would have known like Tata Bob, Karak, we would have been none of these people.
Right. And these brothers is warriors for the Lord, man. And it's just a blessing to know them.
And most importantly, they follow the Lord's word.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And if they don't follow the Lord's
Here we
words,
go.
which means they follow the oppressor.
Man, all right, good job, son. All right, Shemai, man, you trying to take over the class, man. All right, you'll get there. Do your 90 days, man. Get you a cover.
Lamentation.
I gotta get I have my Frenches and my
All right,
and
so bye.
my shirt. I need my boots and then my coat.
Okay, most high Christ. Go ahead, sir. So
Lamentation.
yes, sir. But Lamentations chapter 5, verse 10, sir.
Book of Lamentations, chapter 5, and verse 10. Our skin was black, like an oven, because of the terrible famine.
Oh, our skin was black. There you go again. That word black. And there you go again. You got them telling you that it's black. What was the famine? That was that heat, man. That's what they call it now. They say that we got it. They don't have it. What is it called? The skin. Can't think about it. What is the melanin?
Right.
Yeah, that's what that is up there, man. He's telling you about that melanin, man. We got it, and he said, "What? The skin was black, man." That's and and they say black ain't in the Bible. They say it ain't in the Bible. You know what I mean? It's black all through this Bible. This is black history.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's drop that. Let's go to Job chapter 30, verse 30. The Bible is black history, man.
It's Black History Month and it's Black History Days.
Yeah, no, every day is black history. All right? Every day is Israel history, Salaki.
But every day is actually the God's and Lord's and Jesus.
Okay, yeah, one time Christ.
I'm not saying heaven. I don't want to say it too much, but really they've been the ISUPK longer than us, so we gotta follow their word.
That's right. That's right.
We won't follow the oppression.
That's right.
We follow God's word.
I should have brought him when the general was out here, man. Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 30, and verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat.
Ooh, he said his skin is black. He let you know what he was. He said, I'm black, man. And my bones are burnt with heat. They're aching and pain, man. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 31. My heart also is turned to mourning.
A harp is an instrument. So he said even his harp is mourning. So that means he's crying. You know what I mean? His harp is even mourning. Go ahead.
And my organ into the voice of them that weep.
And his organ is crying out. Go ahead, sir.
Man, he sound like he's singing the blues right there.
Hey, man,
Right.
it's a sad song, right?
Right.
And he said even his organ has cried out. So it's like, listen, this is man, this is Black history. Because if we look back at our history as Black people, this is just describing what we went through, even in America, man. And we've been going through it. Why? Because we turned from our Lord, we turned from our God. Put those down. We didn't follow His law, statutes, and commandments. We decided to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, and hold hands with the oppressor. You know what I mean? And not recognize the Sabbath and all become Christians. And then when the truth is brought to us in our face, they'd be like, "Oh no, you brothers is too radical. You brothers is too hard. What about women's rights, man? Shut the hell up. What about it? Can you say that to the oppressor? Because last time I checked, what's the sister who died in the jail? They pulled her over, took her straight down, and took pictures of her like she was standing up and she was laying on her back. Sandra Bland. So what about women's rights then? I didn't hear Black women talk about women's rights. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the Black Lives Matter. I didn't hear them either. You know what I mean?
They thought that the lady was okay, but when they looked at her, red stuff was coming out of her back because she was talking to the oppressor, and the oppressors, the demon, she probably just didn't know.
Yeah, no, she knew. She knew. She just didn't know what was going to happen that day. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And the best thing you can do is to let your kids know how great they are. And you can't tell them how great they are and use Dr. King as an example, right? Because R.G. Mike is not a good example at all. You can't tell them how great they are and use Malcolm X as an example because he joined the God for the Arabs. And once he started to realize, and the crazy thing about all that is once they all started realizing that they was doing something wrong, that's when they took him out. They didn't even give him a chance to correct it. You know what I mean? They just took them straight out. Black Panthers, the same thing. Black Panthers, they led them down a steep path. You got that, sir?
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, and verse 1. The revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, or Jesus Christ, which the Most High gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So the word revelation means to reveal. So there's the Lord is saying he's revealing something to his servants of things that must come to pass. I mean, these things will happen. All right, got it on that, sir?
Okay. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
So he sent all these things to John. All right. So that's Revelations right there. He's going to reveal something to us. Now let's drop that. Let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 13 through 15. Baba Kasha.
Book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one unlike unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Holy, clothed to a garment down to the foot. Israelite garment. If you want to know what an Israelite garment going to look like, hey, come to the 54th Passover, man. You're going to see a whole lot of garments. Brothers going to be fly. Sisters going to be fly. The kids going to be fly.
Right.
You're going to see garments from the head to the foot. And the Ancient of Days is the Most High. All right. Let's continue.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
And girt about the paps. That's that belt you're going to see brothers wearing on April the 1st. Those belts, those glorious belts. That's that girt about the paps. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
And his hairs were white like wool, man. That's just the color. Wool, white is the color. Wool is the texture. And by the way, just to cut it off, the Romans, they used to wear bathrobes. They wore bathrobes. They want to try to compare the two, man. A garment and a bathrobe is two different things.
Right.
I just had to throw that in there. So, like, go ahead, sir.
As white as snow. And his eyes, were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were as a flame of fire, as a serious stare or passionate. When you get passionate about what you mean and what you say, man, your eyes are red. You're serious about it. When you get upset, your eyes turn red, man. All right, not your skin, your eyes. Go ahead.
Right, verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
Ooh wee. What color is brass? Messiah, what color is brass? If I give you a penny, what color is it?
Green.
A penny is green?
No, it's black and brown.
It's brown. Good job. It's brown. That's right. His feet was like unto fine brass. So, go ahead, sir.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burn in the furnace. Now, if we put anything in the furnace, what's going to happen if it burn in the furnace? It's going to turn dark. It's going to be a dark. I don't touch anything. It's going to be a dark color, a dark complexion. Got some more on that, sir?
Come. And his voice as the sound of many waters.
His voice was powerful, loud, and strong. His voice, you can hear it, man, from a mile away. And he was speaking with some power. That's why Dr. King got that. He read some of this scripture. He didn't know what he was reading, but he just understood that part. And I have a dream. He was deep. He knew it. Because, and what do that mean? That gives you when you hear a person speaking so powerful and strong, it gives you a sense of a leader. It gives you a sense of a person who mean what they say and say what they mean. Yes, sir.
He was talking about the chapter of what about the oppressor, but then that day he didn't know what was going to happen. But a man came up to his door. He followed Martin Luther, and then he went to the house and bam, bam, the police came quick, but then again, the prisoner had to escape quickly, and it was a white dude, so that's why we're here.
Yep, that's right. That's right, son. I see they trying to teach you that history. I see they trying to teach you that much. Don't touch anything on the table, though.
No, it was a good.
So, if I may, let's just drop that. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. The water, sir. This is gonna be the last breakdown for the day. Messiah, get back.
I'm not gonna touch it.
No, you're gonna get back. Salaki Israel. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. And again, all this Bible is for black people, man. Seriously, and they don't want to tell you that because and like the general was saying, and like when we was riding in, sir, they got the Bloods and the Crips here because they saving lives.
Right.
If it wasn't for the Bloods and the Crips, and they really went for who they wanted to go for, we'd be talking about the Bloods and the Crips in the same content that we talking about the Israelites.
Right.
They would have killed them off.
Right. Black
Panthers, same way. Black Panthers, we can talk about them, and if you know of any Black Panther that's outside right now, he just got out of jail. He don't want to be in that no more. You know, they don't want anything to do with saving blacks, Hispanics, and natives. They're going to kill you. Well, here in the Isupk, I know that's a glorious death. I embrace that. Like the sister and her sons and what's that? Maccabee? Yeah, I embrace that. That's glorious for me. To sit here and watch my sisters get beat up on, and yeah, that's not glorious. That's cowardice. It's like, let's get that in, sir.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
The thrones were cast down. What were the thrones? Those were the rulers and the people in power at the time. The empire, right? Continue, sir.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
That's the Most High. He said the Ancient of Days did sit when those thrones were cast down. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Ooh wee, he got a garment white as snow, man. Ooh wee, that's like sound like to me. I can just picture a whole garment made out of all lamb skin. Right. You know what I mean? Go ahead, sir.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Nappy hair. Let me pick this out for you. And if I pick it out, you're gonna see me. That pig gonna have a hard time going through this, bro, because it's nappy. If the Jewish man ever grow his hair out and pick it out, it's gonna go smooth through. It's gonna cut like butter. You know what I mean? But a hot butter, what Tyler Boss say? Hot butter with a hot knife through a butter. That ain't right. It's gonna go through smooth. Go ahead.
God. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
That means he a gangster. That means he a gangster. Who else gonna sit on something like that? That's that's the translation as well. And we see some black brothers ride through the hood, sitting on 2 floors, they riding them dubs, little kids like, ooh, them clean. He sitting high, he a boss. He a gangster. Right there. That's somebody you don't want to try. He at the peak. Go ahead, sir.
That's it on that.
That's it on that. All right, man. Most high in Christ. You know what I mean? That's the definition of Black history, man.
Right.
It's the Bible gave you everything. Go ahead, sir.
It's like, if I may, the last scripture we just read.
Yes, sir.
And his brothers, like you say, riding in these whips, these rims, so on and so forth. They don't even know that they're emulating Christ in the Most High.
Right.
They don't even know it, but this is something that's in us.
Mm-hmm.
It's in our DNA.
Right.
Right. But when we come up in this oppressive society, right, like the general was saying earlier, we're taught to hate our brother.
Right.
We're taught to look at that, that candy apple red whip, that Capri Classic, right, with the 32s or whatever it is that's on there, and ridicule that brother.
Right.
Right. But not understanding that this brother is actually, to the best of his ability, even though he may be awry, going astray in other areas, is in us to emulate the Most High in Christ. And the water Yahweh Shai for the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, bring that out.
All right, sir. Most high in Christ, man. That's you got something else, sir?
That's it.
You got something I don't want to talk about? All right, yeah, man, and that's that, man. So that's the true definition of Black history. Get into this Bible, learn your true history. And matter of fact, if this is very challenging to understand, get to the Isupk camp, the Commander General Yohana, man. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. The 54th Lord's Passover, man. North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, man. It's going down, man. This is going to be an epic event, and it's only for Black, Hispanics, and Natives, man. Look forward to seeing y'all there. With that, I'd like to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat and then courtesy salute to the sisters out there online. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And with that, class dismissed.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing.
Why are you bending me over?
Why you in the way? Why you in the way?
I'm trying to end the class.